Charles and Kira Johnson had every reason to be overjoyed when they found out they were expecting their second child, fulfilling their dream of having two boys back to back. Their journey together had been filled with love, adventure, and incredible memories. Before Kira became pregnant with their second son, she was happy and healthy, a vibrant woman eagerly awaiting the arrival of their new family member. Before we continue, please take some time to subscribe to Dailydose, like and share this video with your friends. Their life together had been nothing short of extraordinary. Charles Johnson IV and his wife Kira shared a beautiful love story that seemed straight out of a fairy tale. Their first child, a son, had arrived before they were married, and their lives felt like an adventure. After a decade of shared experiences, Charles surprised Kira with a white dress and a marriage proposal that was just as spontaneous and heartfelt. The couple married a few hours later, creating a beautiful story of love, commitment, and spontaneity. Their happiness was elevated a year later when they discovered they were pregnant with their second child. Kira's pregnancy was a time of great anticipation. They were ecstatic to be welcoming another baby boy, and Kira was in the best of health. Prenatal checkups had indicated that both Kira and her baby were doing wonderfully. When Kira went into labor, it was expected, and their second son, Langston Johnson, was born on April 12, 2016, without any complications, bringing immense joy to their family. Kira had recovered well from the delivery, and she got to hold her baby son. Everything seemed perfect until Charles noticed something alarming: blood in Kira's catheter. He immediately alerted the hospital staff, but he couldn't shake the feeling that his wife wasn't being prioritized. Their world was about to be turned upside down. Kira started experiencing unusual symptoms, and the situation quickly escalated. She was in intense pain, shaking, and her condition was deteriorating rapidly. As Charles desperately sought answers from the medical staff, he felt like he was being ignored. He even pulled a nurse aside, pleading for help, but Kira still didn't receive the urgent attention she needed. After nearly 7 hours of agony and uncertainty, a doctor ordered an internal scan. It was close to midnight, and Kira was rushed into surgery. In a heartbreaking moment, just before being taken to the operating room, Kira reached out and grabbed her husband's hand, saying, "Baby, I'm scared." Those would be the last words he heard from his beloved wife. Tragically, despite the doctor's assurances, Kira didn't return in 15 minutes as promised. Charles received the devastating news that Kira had passed away. The cause was not a pre-existing condition or a clot, but a failure on the part of the medical staff to act swiftly. Their family of 4 had become a family of 3, with 2 sons left without their mother and Charles without his beloved wife. The pain of Kira's loss was immeasurable, and Charles decided to take action. He became an activist, fighting for women's rights, particularly in the context of maternal mortality. He founded the 4Kira 4 Moms Foundation to give a voice to families who had experienced similar tragedies. Charles believed that Kira deserved better, and that the medical system needed reform to prioritize patients over profits. He was dedicated to ensuring that Kira's story, and those of countless other women, wouldn't be in vain. While his home continued to be filled with joy, he couldn't fill the void left by his wife, especially when his children yearned for their mother. Charles wanted to ensure that no spouse would ever have to have that difficult conversation with their children. He was determined to make Kira's legacy one of change and accountability, so that no other family would have to suffer such a loss. His mission was to reshape the medical system and prevent tragedies like Kira's from becoming a norm in the country. He wanted Kira's sacrifice to stand as a beacon of change and progress, ensuring that women's lives were protected during pregnancy and childbirth.